Howdy, hey there, welcome, and all that puffin' stuff. So you wanna paint a portrait? I cannot help you with that. There are plenty of other YouTubers out there that can help you with painting your own portrait. I cannot teach worth a nickel. But if you want to know how I paint a portrait, you've come to the right place. This is a new series of an indeterminable number at the moment of the whole process of my latest commission piece. Why? It's gonna be pretty much every step of the process, starting off real strong here and then probably dropping off as it becomes more boring. Fortunately, you don't have to slog through the real time like I do. Step the first. Confirming with the client the brief of the project. So this is what I'm working with this time. Using this exact reference, paint these two people in my style exemplified by my recent portraits. Colors need to go well with their home. This will probably go in their blue lavender or peach pastel room, but they are moving in the next year, so who knows if that color scheme will stick. Blues are recommended as the primary color, but keep it overall light and airy as possible. Blue and yellow dog portrait of recent past has the right feel. So talking with the client, I do have creative liberty to make choices for the sake of the end result. And I do know I will have to choose a dark color to act as my darkest shadows, but I won't make that the primary background color this time like I have for others. Other than that, I'm not sure how these color requests are going to turn out. So on to the second. Setting up my document and making a boatload of swatches. Here's the reference photo question, and in the final print size plus 1 inch on either axis to accommodate for bleed. I have forgotten this little thing many a time and it hasn't bitten me in the butt yet, but it is very important. So Weebly. I've resized the image so it fits nicely in the parameters and sets its own semi-locked group. As a designer in my day job, I have received many a file with badly organized content, and I abhor such pain. So I name and group everything, and even though I'm notorious for most of the time painting on just one layer like an absolute maniac, I still end up with like 10 layers in these groups for different non-painting editing. So naming and grouping really helps me keep things organized and brain fog free. And now I just throw a whole bunch of possible color combos and see what I like. One thing I can do to help is decide between a 2 or 3 color limited palette. Here's Fatty from Family Force 5 to show off an orange and teal 2 color palette. Also really shows off the warm, cool lighting dichotomy. And here's a nose booping wedding smonch to show off a red, yellow, blue 3 color palette. In my work, one of these 3 colors typically gets relegated as an accent color or for shifting hues. It's very difficult to give all 3 colors equal prominence and have the final image look satisfying or balanced. So I'm liking the energy going on in the middle here, not so much on the sides. Next, I'm gonna go back to that reference group and add a color map. And we're gonna populate the color map with those swatch colors that we had. Taking a look around, seeing how that turns out. Oh, that's awful. So, gonna edit that gradient a little bit more. Now I've got a slightly different color palette than what I started with, so I'm gonna make those swatches and populate those onto my swatch layer so that I can easily reference them when I'm painting. So working with these color maps, I will sometimes find that I like different things about several different versions of the gradients. So I've done this before and I'm probably going to do it here. I'm having two designated color maps as going to be my color reference for interpreting this photograph. So I'm probably going to be looking at the hair, face, and skin for one and the clothing of the other, because it's not a flat thing. They both get their own determinations. And that is what the first step of the portrait process is for me. Real boring, I know, but real life. What are you gonna do? The next video in the series for this portrait is going to be a speed painting for the client to approve. Not sure if that's going to be the next video, but that will be the next subject in this series. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have a super duper day.